Welcome to Getting It Done, a podcast about music, entertainment, and life lessons. I'm your host, Tim Rausenberger. I said, I'm your host, Tim Rausenberger. Today is, what is today? Today is a great day. You ready? You ready? You ready? Welcome to Getting It Done, a podcast about music, education, and life lessons. I'm your host, Tim Rausenberger. Today is Thursday, May 16th, 2019. This is episode 277, Getting It Down. How I lost 100 pounds in 4 months. Woo! Well, hello to everyone out there. How are we doing this evening? Great to see everyone here for a very, very special podcast, episode 277, about getting it down. It's true, getting it down. So I want to start off by, of course, thanking everyone for joining me tonight and jumping into this amazing landmark episode. Make sure to hit that like button. Hopefully you've already subscribed. Get involved in that chat. You need to get involved in this chat tonight because, boy, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. I know you're wondering, how did he do this? How did he get this physique? How did this happen? Look at this. This is crazy. These clothes that I'm wearing right now, I have not been able to wear since I was in college. True fact. Hey, Jack, how's it going? I have not been able to. Oh, I know who Jack is. Hello, Jack. I have not been able to fit in any of these types of clothes since I was in college. It is the greatest feeling in the world. No, these are not college clothes. These were purchased recently. And so hopefully you enjoy the color, as a lot of my colleagues and students said that they liked the purple on me. Some people said that I looked like a skinnier eggplant today. So welcome to Getting It Done. If this is your first time here, thank you for being a part of everything. Let's say hello to some people here that we have here. Oh, my goodness. The original DC Dolphins. I know who that is. Yes, that man is a drumming machine, a drumming legend. That's who we have. Let's give some quick shout outs here to some of our regulars and some new people we have here. Sebastian, who won an Amazon gift card recently. Hey, look at that. Whoa, what is that? Another one appeared? How did that happen? Yeah, we do that here. $15 Amazon gift cards every single episode, every single one. Good luck trying to find that anywhere else. You won't. Okay, so let's see who else we have here. Alice. Alice had some issues tonight with her connection. She is absolutely the best. She was able to work through them. We just delayed things. You know why? Because we can do that here. We don't have to start at 7 o'clock on the nose. I know that everybody's pressed for time, but if we got to start a few minutes later, it's not the end of the world. You know I'm going to make it up to you. You know I'm going to make it up to you, especially with an episode like tonight. Jessica Zuckerman, hello, and thank you for being here. I'm glad that you were able to enjoy that Panera gift card, and I know you had mentioned who you had gone with, and their food is spectacular. So I'm glad that it went to something so wonderful. Jack, I know who Jack is, and I'm so very, very thrilled to see Jack here tonight. Wow, Michelle, thank you. Oh, Michelle, wow. Michelle said there's no way I'm going to be able to make it tonight, and Michelle was able to tune in, so I'm so glad, and it is a great day, Michelle. I couldn't agree more. Esther, loyal Esther, she's at every single episode, and I appreciate Esther for being here tonight. Let's see who else we have here. So Jack here, Sebastian, Jazzy Games. I know who Jazzy Games is. Thank you for being with us tonight. And as the episode goes on, hey, Leron, thank you very much. And Dianelli, hello to you. So again, get involved in that chat. Get involved in that chat. So we're going to get right into it because this is certainly a very different discussion. I hope the lighting is okay. Can you see me all right? Is the lighting okay? I'm trying to get used to over here. I have a window and I can kind of move this over, well, because I can. So I have a window over here. They're all my CDs I've told you about. Yeah, that's Santa Claus. Yeah, so I have this window here and it's like kind of bright and stuff. But so now with the whole daylight savings time and all that other stuff, and now it's getting staying lighter for a longer amount of time. I don't know. Just let me know if the lighting is okay. I hope the hair is okay. We're doing all right with the hair. Everybody seems to like the hair. So, how did I do it? I think that's probably the biggest question that I get from people. And I'm going to start off with that first. I'm going to tell you where I did this. And I'm just going to type that into the chat so we can get that going right away. The place where I did this, I have no problem plugging them, is called NJ Diet. Okay, NJ Diet. They are an amazing diet, I guess diet clinic is what they would be known as. And there's going to be things I'm going to be able to talk about tonight and things I'm not going to be able to talk about tonight because there is stuff involved with their clinic that's proprietary, which means that we as people who sign up for this clinic, it is very, very expensive. The clinic has specific rules and regulations of things we can and cannot discuss. It is really that, for lack of a better word, top secret. So there are going to be some things I'm going to be able to talk about. A lot of the stuff I'm going to go through tonight just simply makes sense. There's no other way to really put it. But if you want to learn more about NJ Diet, you can check out their website. Was it expensive? Yes, it's expensive. Is it my health? Yeah, it's my health. And to me, there's no price on your health. There's no price on being there for other people. And that's what this was all about. When I have people like Honga coming in, when I have Let's Do This coming in, I see these people constantly. These are people that are very, very important to me in my life. And I look at all these people, these getting it doners that come every single week. And if I'm not here, then they are not able to get their experience, their lesson, their episode, whatever, however they interpret everything that I present in these episodes. And that's what it's really all about. So that's really the biggest reason why I did it. There are some other big reasons too, but the NJ Diet, to go through it just quickly as to what I had to do. It is a series of days that you do with the program. And I basically did the program in two different steps, two different sums of money that I had to pay for it. And the way that I did it the first time was I did a total of 40 days that I was on the diet. And then the other time was 60 days. So if you get really, really technical, I lost, if you really get technical, I really lost 100 pounds in 100 days. So I really lost legitimately a pound a day. My starting weight I will put that in here. I have no shame whatsoever. Starting weight was, let's get this plugged in right here. Starting weight, 299.8 pounds. That is a fact, 299.8 pounds. And current weight, which we'll also put in right over here, it's a little more than 100. So we're gonna have to put this in, and I do have the picture proof. I took a little clip. Is 199.6. That's current weight. So a lot of people were surprised when I said 299. Like, whoa, you were really that much? And you know what? When you are overweight, you have ways that you can dress and ways that you can hide it. And people really didn't know. I think a lot of people said, oh, it seems like maybe 250, 260 or something. But no, it was really 299.8. I am very, very proud to say at no time did I ever crack 300 pounds. And I'm telling you right now, it's never going to happen as long as I live. I was terrified of the 300-pound mark. I thought that was going to be the ultimate in embarrassment. So knowing that when I did my weigh-in, I was 299.8, I still felt horrible. Hello, Jennifer Lazo. It was so great to know that I went in at that weight. And then, of course, the very last day of the diet is the only day that I was under 200 pounds. And it came, like I said, 199.6. Couldn't have scripted it. Basically, the way the diet is, you cannot do 100 straight days. There are reasons that I can't get into, but you can do it separated. And like I said, I did it in 40 days and then 60 days and lost basically an average of a pound a day. Was it a pound every single day? No. With anybody that does any type of dieting, if you've done any dieting before, you know that it just doesn't work that way. The pounds just don't just fall right off, because you're going to have days, and it doesn't matter how healthy you are. It doesn't matter how much you work out. It doesn't matter what type of foods you're eating. All that stuff goes into the toilet when you are trying to diet. And here is why. It's not at all. It is not at all about any of those things. It's consistency. That is the key, my friends. You have to be disciplined and you have to be consistent. Then all of those things will take care of themselves. Then the healthy eating takes care of itself. Then the working out and the cardio takes care of itself. Then all of the things you need to do with your sleeping patterns and your stress levels and all that stuff, none of it will matter if you're inconsistent. A classic example, you eat healthy, and this was me. I would eat healthy when I was 299.8 pounds, and I was in that 290s for a very, very, very long time. When I was at that weight, I was eating healthy. I'll say it again because it's worth saying again. I was eating healthy. I was eating grilled chicken and never, ever, ever fried chicken. I was eating asparagus. I was eating broccoli. I was eating spinach. I like these foods. I've always liked these foods. That's never been the issue with me. Part of the issue was how much of it I was eating. Part of it was when I was eating it. But here was the biggest problem. I had those other foods that I was eating. And I would say, well, I think I'll have a little bit of this. Well, I'll have a little bit of this. I'm going to give you something that I do not recommend you doing, because I am guilty of it as charged. I've done this many, many times. I cannot begin to tell you how many times I go to the supermarket. And they always say, by the way, don't ever go to the supermarket. Don't ever go to the supermarket when you're hungry. Well, I wouldn't plan it that way, but I would be going to the supermarket, not planned because I was hungry. It was because I would be on my way home from work and I happened to be hungry and dinner was coming. I cannot begin to tell you, and this was probably at least once every 2 weeks I would do this. I would buy all my food and I would buy several bags of potato chips. They are a weakness. Potato chips have always been a weakness for me. Any types of chips in general, I love chips. I just love chips. It's just the way that it is. And here's the cold hard fact here. I would have a bag, and my favorite chips, the ones I have the biggest weakness for, are salt and vinegar chips. I love those. I love jalapeno chips, and I really love them if they're the kettle style chips, the ones that are really, really crispy, here's what I would do. Go to the store. I'd have a bag of them, put them right next to me on the seat. By the time I'd get home, my friends, we're not even talking 10 minutes. The bag was gone. It was gone. And I look at the bag and it would say 10 servings, 150 calories. I just put 1,500 really, really unhealthy calories into my body. And here was the worst thing of all. I was starved. I'd finished the bag and I was not even the slightest bit full because we call those empty carbs. There's empty carbs. Hey, how's it going? There's staff. Good to see you. Mr. Rachmaninoff has arrived. Hello, Rocky. But boy, oh boy, I mean, to eat all those chips and then to get home and be like, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to have a burger and fries now. And I did. 2 burgers. Not with bread, because after all, why should I be having bread when I know it's not good in terms of the calories because they're empty carbs, except I just ate an entire bag of chips. Duh. And I did this for years. Why else did I gain a lot of weight? I wasn't mobile. I think is probably the best way to put it. I didn't get my legs moving. And throughout the course of the day, I have realized, and I have one of these Fitbitty type of things. This is actually a Garmin. And I in a typical work day, I walk a minimum of 8,000 steps. So the reality is throughout the course of a work day, I'm getting my steps in. The problem is anytime I would have a day off, anytime I'd have a day off. So Saturdays and Sundays, I wouldn't move. I'd stay home. I would just stay in my house. And if I did go out, everything was by car. I never moved my legs. And that was also a big problem because I was doing all these steps throughout the week. And now my body is not moving. And I'm looking at my Fitbit and I'm seeing 400 steps, 500 steps for an entire day. And what were the steps? Well, some of it was, was me just moving my arm and just walking from one side of the house to the other. It was silly. I wasn't doing anything in terms of exercising. Here is something that is going to shock you. You are going to be stunned, and I'm going to type it in here. During the entire diet, okay, the full 100 days of the diet, I did absolutely no exercise. 0. And again, I cannot get into all the specifics because it has to do with the program itself, but I did absolutely no cardio. I did absolutely no lifting. I did no stretching. I didn't do anything. I did none of that. And as a matter of fact, it's banned. One thing that I will tell you that's in your body, and this I can certainly share with you because it's just common knowledge. We have these things in our body called toxins. Toxins sound bad because they are bad, just like toxic people. Toxins. Here's a toxin for you. You ready for it? If you don't like the sound, cover your ears. Okay? I just released toxins. There's little bubbles inside and between your bones. That whole ridiculous myth. That whole ridiculous myth of, oh, you're going to get arthritis. Baloney. Couldn't be further from the truth. The reality is that you are getting rid of tension. I do these types of things. I do these, we roll our shoulders in my chorus classes. Why do we do that? We're getting rid of tension. We do these types of exercises where we're turning all around and our muscles are cracking, trying to relieve the tension from our bodies. So the toxins that are in your body, if they start doing some weird things, it can really affect your weight. Now, I'm not telling you to start stretching every single conceivable part of your body, but I can tell you that if you do stretch, it's only going to help you. It's only going to be a helpful thing. So one of my biggest things was I was extremely stiff. Now, why is it that I'm not doing any type of walking? Why am I not working out? Well, because I'm just going to say it. I was fat. I was overweight. And here's the thing. There are plenty of people who can be 300 pounds. And this is so important. You need to understand this. the weight that you may be at might be a good weight for you. The weight that I'm at right now, my doctor has said to me, listen, if you stay at that weight, you're going to be just fine. And even though technically, as crazy as it seems, 199 pounds at my height of 5'11", even though it seems crazy, I am still actually considered to be overweight. I'm borderline obese. But he actually said to me, listen, you're not going to keep on losing weight. And I'm not right now anyway. Because right now what I have to do is I have to kind of, now that I've lost so much weight so quickly, the body has to kind of catch up to everything. The coolest thing with the weight loss, no surgery whatsoever. And the other thing that happens to a lot of people when they lose weight too quickly is they get those, and I'm just going to be honest about it, you get those like pockets of skin, those disgusting pockets of skin all the ways. I don't have any of that. I like you all. I don't feel that our relationship is close enough yet where I'm going to completely take the shirt off. I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. But what I will tell you is that my arms are extremely lean. They're actually very, very skinny. And if you had seen my arms before, they were a lot bigger. If you even just go back to episode 251, and along the way, you can go to the other episodes too and maybe hit the like button. Did I just do a cheap plug? Yeah, I think I just did. Can you please take care of the like thing if you haven't done it yet? Thanks. And but if you go back to 251, you'll even see. And where are you going to see it? You're going to see it right here. You're certainly going to see it right there. You're going to see it. It definitely right over here. Not a lot of people even said, wow, you can actually see the cheeks after you have like defined cheekbones now, which is pretty amazing. And I didn't plan the hair thing. The hair thing just kind of happened. And I just asked people, I said, what do you think? They're like, wow, you actually can grow hair? I said, yeah. I said, actually, I just really couldn't stand the aggravation of, hopefully, let's see, we're getting some weird things going on here. Is everybody still there? I hope so. My connection is a little bit wacky here, and I am going to be on the safe side. Just give me 1 second because I want to make sure we do not lose connection at all. So let me just get a little backup going here. Just give me 1 moment, please, because this is oh, good. Okay. Excellent. We are actually in good shape. I do have my backup hotspot here, so I just want to make sure we're okay with that. But what's amazing is that I did the entire diet in an extremely, extremely healthy way. And I can't stress that enough. Is everybody able to still, everybody is able to, am I pixelating or anything like that? Talk to me. Let's try this. Let's do a quick little hello and we'll find out. No, I'm good. I'm not good. Talk to me. Tell me, is the connection still okay? I'm good. I know I'm good. I knew that. Hey, if I get a thumbs up from Lazo, let me tell you something. That's saying something good. All right. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate that. Thank you, Rebecca. And hello, Rebecca. Okay. So, but just getting back to ways that I did it. I can share certain things with you, and that I have no problem. First of all, if you want to lose weight, number one, you have to have portion control. You have to. You have to have portion control. You cannot pig out. You can't get to the point where, think about Thanksgiving. And the reason why people are so tired after a Thanksgiving meal, 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is the drug that's inside of the turkey. There's an actual drug that's inside the turkey that makes you tired. That's one, if you eat the turkey. But the second reason is that you're eating too much and your body is just, it's just heavy. There's no other way to put it. It's just too much for your body to handle, and everything just completely slows down. So you have to have better portion control. One of the other things that you need to do, stop eating. I would recommend stop eating at least 2 hours before bed. I would say at least 2 hours before bed. You really need to do that, because the problem is that when we sleep, our body wants to do certain types of things when it sleeps. And when you have just decided to pound down a massive bag of chocolate chip cookies or or that big bag of potato chips, or you decide this is a good time to have nachos, or you decide that you had to do a Taco Bell run at midnight and you're going to sleep at like 12:45, not good. It's not good. And the bottom line is that the body doesn't want to digest the food. It will digest it, but it's not going to do other types of things. So it's counterproductive. Ultimately, you wind up with weight gain and not weight loss. Now, are you going to completely lose weight when you sleep? That varies from person to person. Some people do, some people don't. Some people stay at the same, and some people, it does both ways. I've had situations before where I've gotten tons and tons of sleep. I wake up the next morning during the diet and I'd gained 3 pounds. It was so frustrating. And I would have eaten so healthy the day before. And then I'd have other days where I'd only get 5.5 hours sleep and then I'd lose 2.5 pounds. It was really odd. But you have to understand that you have to be, in order to do it, and I said it before, in order for anything in life, you have to be disciplined. You have to discipline yourself. You have to have self-control. And if you don't do these types of things, and if you don't stay true to whatever it is that you're going to commit to, it's not going to work. The reason I know in my heart of hearts that the diet worked, I never deviated. I not once cheated. Not once. I did not cheat. What is in here right now, I love to drink. It is an energy drink, but it's not an energy drink filled with sugar. It's not. It is very, very healthy. It has stevia in it. It has, I actually have beet powder in this. I have healthy greens, and I actually grounded some blackberries and some spinach into this. Guess what, my friends? Some of the things that are in here, I actually couldn't have during the diet. I couldn't have them. And I can't get into the reasons why I couldn't have them. But there are things that I have in this very, very healthy thing. But the reality is that when they said to me, look, you can have this, you can't have this. One diet I can tell you I couldn't have, which killed me, was salmon. How healthy is salmon? How healthy is salmon? Okay. That's what I just had for dinner. I just finished my dinner off. I just had salmon. You know why? I missed having my salmon. Salmon is so good for you. Couldn't have it on the diet. I can't get into the specifics why, but I love salmon. So I think it's very important that you understand that just like anything else in life, you have to stick to your plan. Now, in terms of working out, if you're going to work out, you have to do some type of cardio. That has to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. The one thing about, let's say you have just parts of your body that you're not happy with, and you have flabby arms or your legs or whatever the case may be. You have that I had that big pot belly. I looked like I was pregnant. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was ridiculous how I looked. I mean, and I was not proud of that at all. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to make a change. But the fact of the matter is that if you have those different areas where you have all those places in those parts of your body that you don't like, and you want to turn those into muscle now, well, the body will do that. Except you have to understand, you may not lose weight. And in some cases, you can gain weight. We've seen, if you follow sports, you'll see, someone has gained 20 pounds. Why? Because they were working out. Why? Because they were building their muscles. And they were doing things and taking in supplements to get their muscles to be bigger. And right now, my muscle tone is non-existent. So it's going to be a challenge for me when I do get in the weight room, which, by the way, is going to be the next step for me. I do want to add that. So it's not like, oh, I'm just going to be able to stay like this forever. No. Now, in terms of the cardio, you got to work up a sweat. You have to work up some type of sweat. Whatever it takes to work up a sweat. If you're doing that, that's going to be a positive thing. Now, the sweat, though, can't be the sweat that I was having at 299.8 pounds, which is literally being in this room and coming home like I did from work tonight, and it was 80 degrees in this room. I'm telling you right now, at my former weight, the sweat beads would have been pouring off me. I have no sweat right now. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't say that I'm cold, but I'm very comfortable. And I have a long sleeve shirt on, and I was comfortable when I had the hoodie on. If you didn't see the introduction, you missed it. But I think that's really important to understand. Another big thing, if you're going to make some type of change, I made a really, really big change. You have to do your research. You have to educate yourself. Do you know how much I know about nutrition now? A lot. Could I still learn a lot from a nutritionist? Yes. Are there some things that a nutritionist is not going to be able to tell me? Yes. Because part of the NJ diet is I got a complete testing of my DNA. And everybody has different DNA. And I know I got a 63-page report of my DNA, and it tells me flat out what foods are not going to work with me. And if I have those foods, I'm going to gain weight. I can give you a food. You may want to give it a shot. I tried it. I can tell you right now, I loved it. I never tried it in my life. If you love burgers, try bison. To me, I don't even think it's so much that it tastes different. I think it tastes better. And the thing about bison, now it's different for different people, but for a lot of people, bison just flat out breaks down quicker than burger meat does. Now, I love my burgers, but bison, we're dealing with buffaloes. Okay, so but bison meat, though, and you may say, oh, well, I could never do that. Well, wait a minute. But you're eating a burger and you're not thinking about the cow, and you're eating ham, pork. Did you think about what part of the pig that came from? Did you think about that at all? All right, so don't sit here and say to me, oh, bison, I gotta never have a buffalo. Give me a break, okay? If it works, then do it. But there are certain types of foods that are going to flat out break down better than others. I love seafood. That's a good thing for me. Got to be careful with seafood, with certain types of seafood. So I'm not going to make this all about health tonight, but I'm going to tell you that you have to educate yourself. You need to educate yourself on water. And I'm going to put that in here because I can't stress this enough. Do you know I made some changes the last days of my diet simply, I can't type tonight. There it is. I made changes just on my water intake, like the last 10 days of the diet, and it completely worked. I just did some different things. I'm not going to get into what they were, but I did a few different things with my water intake. Listen to videos. You want a great website? I'll give you a great website. Listen to this website, channel, YouTube channel, The Bright Side. Go to Brightside, subscribe to that channel. There's a reason they have like 10 million subscribers. It's because just about every single one of their videos is so amazing. You can learn so much about yourself in those videos. Yeah, the guy's a little bit corny and everything, but you learn a lot though. And that's really, really key. So education. All right. I went into how I did it. Now I want to explain why I did it. Can you explain to me why a person goes on a diet? Can you go into the chat? Maybe yourself, you have needed to go on a diet. You have tried to diet. You've tried every diet in the world. Why do people diet? What's the purpose? To get healthier, Esther says. Okay, that's one reason. I'm just going to get a little bit of my beverage here. Let's see what else we have. Jessica's absolutely correct, by the way. Chugging water, flat out, doesn't do it. Oh, wow. Mr. L is outstanding. How's it going? Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it from JMFA, our school. That's right. To boost your confidence, that's something. There we go. Something having to do with confidence. I'm going to tell you why I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to lose weight because I wasn't healthy. Those are the facts. I wasn't healthy. And if I were 299.8 pounds and I were a healthy guy, I was fine with myself. I'm going to tell you what's not healthy. What's not healthy is when you go to walk up a flight of stairs one flight of stairs, and you're huffing and puffing. You're not healthy when you have to walk to work on a slight incline, up a hill, slight incline, and you're out of breath. That's not good. That's not good at all. It's not good when you've had blood work done. And I had blood work done. And here's the thing, and I can say this now, but I really believe that things happen for a reason. And all the warning signs were there, my friends. I was this close to diabetes. I was this close with blood levels that were so high with everything relating to sugar that it was really simple. It was going to be a matter of time until something not so good was going to happen to me. And you know what? I didn't want to find out what that was going to be. Because here's the cold, hard reality. There are people in this world who depend on me. There are people in this world that I know need me. And I feel in my heart of hearts that my work is not done here. I am not done at age 46 with what I want to do. Because here's my mindset. I'm going to live to 146. I will live to be the longest living person. And I have everything going against me. What do I know in my family? The research that I've done already. I know that I have heart disease in my family. I'm extremely, extremely lucky. I got to knock the table right here. We don't really have the issue of cancer in my family. That doesn't mean that it can't happen, but we don't have that. But we do have heart disease. And all my grandparents, they all passed away from something relating to heart disease. That's a big problem when you're carrying around all that weight. And you're huffing and puffing. And what happens over the course of time, your body's trying to pump blood through your heart, and your heart doesn't want to do it. It just doesn't want to keep up. And I had those moments. I'll tell you, this past season, we in the marching band in our school district, to get to our field, we have to go 4 flights of stairs. Let me tell you something. That was not fun. That was not fun. And Rausenberger was always at the very, very end of that line. And I'll tell you, at the top, I swear, it was like there were days I thought my gravestone was waiting for me, like saying, come, join us. I mean, it was scary. So my health, that was the number one thing, my friends, more than anything else. Did I like what I saw in the mirror? No, I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. You know what it's like to look down and you can't see your feet? Truth. Facts. Yeah. Look down. Couldn't see my feet. See my feet now. I can see my feet really, really well now. And you know what? It's not about, and I see what Esther's saying, it's not about being sad. I need you to understand that there are reasons why I did what I did. Now, did people say to me, you should lose weight? And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I wish more people did. And I'm not angry with anyone, and I don't pass judgment. I can count on less than 2 hands the number of people that actually looked at me and said, you probably should lose some weight. I can count on less than 5 fingers how many people looked at me in the face and said, you're overweight, and if you don't lose it, you're not going to live very long. You better fix it. And there were key people in my life that probably should have said it to me, and they didn't. That's the reason why I do not cut corners when I speak to people. I speak very, very directly. When I care about someone, I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm going to tell them because I want them to know what it is that I'm seeing. And you know what? I'm at the point where if it has to be that I have to be honest with someone about something because I care about them so much that I'm going to tell it, I'm going to say it to them. And you know, if they have to say to me, you know what? I can't be your friend anymore. Well, you know what? I at least feel better knowing that I told you that I told you, and because I care about you and I care about what it is that you need to fix. I had a student today that I spoke with, and this was a student from years ago, many, many years ago. And it was one of those talks I had to have with them. And I sent them a video and I said, you need to listen to this video. I've sent you these videos before and you haven't watched them. And you got to watch this video. And they listened, and the video really hit home. If you're wondering what the video was, it was to any of my friends out there. I sent it to all my friends. When I send out my videos, I send out my videos through texts. I send them out through separate messages. I do not believe in putting them out in mass messages on social media, because you know what? People don't look at them. They don't. I force feed it to you. And if you don't want to eat it, that's fine. But I gave them this video. And I'm telling you, that guy, he was blunt. He was in your face. And that friend of mine needed to hear that. And they said, thank you. Thank you for sending that to me. One of the greatest things I love about my students, I love this about my students. They're blunt with me. They're honest with me. I love that. Don't change it. You got to be careful, because some people can't handle that. They don't like that too much. I'm all right with it. I don't mind people being blunt with me and saying things to my face. I didn't have enough people that said it to me about my weight. And sadly and unfortunately, when people have an issue, and my biggest problem in my life, I had two big problems in my life. Two big problems, and I'll just get them right out in the open. Number one, overweight. Number two, not on time for things. Period. End of story. That's it. Those are my two biggest weaknesses in my life. Number one, overweight. Number two, not on time for things. And we weren't on time tonight, and it's not Alice's fault. It was a technical issue. It was something that happened on her end. Was I ready to go? You bet. Was I in 2 hours of traffic tonight? You bet. You know what? I left work as early as I could to make sure I got home, because you should not have to be waiting for me. And I've apologized that I've made amends for those people. Over all those years, the people that I inconvenienced by being late to different types of things. And I'm not perfect, and there are still things I have to improve with myself. But you have to have that reckoning with yourself. You have to have that, a lot of people call it that come to Jesus moment, where you say to yourself, I got to change. I have to, you know why? Because I have to. That's why. I have to change. And I have to change for my family, and I have to change for my friends, and I have to change because of my health. All those different reasons. So, there's some of you that are tuning in tonight and you're saying, oh man, he's being serious again. But what do you want me to do? Am I supposed to just get up tonight and just supposed to dance? Yeah, I'm definitely leading out tonight with a dance. That's happening. That's absolutely happening, because this is worth a party and being happy about. But you know what, my friends? I'm more focused on life. I'm more focused on living. Do you know, throughout this entire diet, do you know how many times I didn't have any energy? Do you know how many times I was craving certain foods? Do you know how many times? 0. I'm sorry, in case you missed it. Do you know how many times I didn't have energy throughout this diet? Do you know how many times I missed certain foods? Do you know how many times I needed that sugar fix so bad? 0. Not once. Matter of fact, I have more energy than I've ever had in my life, which is crazy, because people who know me know I am a ball of energy. I have even more energy now. I'm sleeping better than ever. I have something called sleep apnea. If you don't know what it is, check it out. It's not good. And I'm not going to go into all that tonight. I'm not going to make it about a sleep apnea episode. Research it. It's scary stuff. You know what? I know that my sleep apnea has improved tremendously since I lost weight. Tremendously, because I'm sleeping better. All of my sleep is so much more productive. I'm getting more of what we call deep sleep, REM. I'm entering that mode. It's amazing. I'm refreshed every single day when I wake up. And today, I had a long night last night. I didn't get a lot of sleep today. I am firing on all cylinders. Total amount of carbs I had today, like none. I don't have any carbs. I don't need that type of stuff. Other ways that you can get your energy. other ways that you can do it. I will tell you something, though. The mind is a powerful thing. And when you put it to yourself, oh, I'm sorry, maybe I should share with you some of the things I got done during my diet, because I found something really interesting. And this is not a bash against the place where I did my diet. It's a bash against all dieting places. Everybody needs to have a support team. I have my family, and my family is amazing. Okay, you've got to have a support team with anything that you want to do. When you're trying to accomplish things, you need to have people that are going to be able to support you. If you have people in your life that are just doubters with everything, you don't need those people. They're not part, well, I mean, they can still be in your life, but they're not part of your support team. Those are the people that say to you, you're in the process of losing the weight. You're doing it. And then they say to you, well, make sure not to go and eat those foods again. And really? I just dropped a lot of money. Thank you, Rebecca. I just dropped a lot of money. My health is better than ever. Do you really think I want to go back to that? Do you really think? It's not happening. It's not happening. I don't ever want to be near 300 pounds again. I don't ever want to be near 250 again. If I hit 220, all right, not the end of the world. But my goodness, I don't want to be like that again. I don't want that to ever happen. I don't need somebody telling me at this point that information. I understand that they care about me. But there's a difference between caring and criticizing. There's a big, big difference. There's a difference between caring and curing. And saying those types of things, which are actually come off to be in a negative way, they're not curing, not helping in any type of way. Let's see, I got to see this real quick. A lot of people also overeat due to stress and depression. Absolutely true. And we will have an episode in the very near future having to do with stress and depression. Have I battled depression in my life? The answer is yes. Yes. Is it a reason why I gained weight? Yes. Stress, 100%. Absolutely. Did I stress eat? No. I never did any type of stress eating. I was just stressed in general. And the fact that I ate, I mean, it didn't matter. I could be in a happy mood and eat, and I could be in a sad mood and eat. It didn't matter. I just ate because I like to eat. But here's the cold hard reality, though, that that the stress and the depression, that's one of the biggest killers. And why is it that we don't hear more about it in the news and other types of places? Because you know what? There are certain types of things that don't make enough money. And that's sad. That's really, really sad. Oh, by the way, has it cost me a lot of money to eat on this diet? Do you know that I'm spending less than ever on my food bills? Fact. Pretty interesting, huh? So I look at my family. I look at my friends. I look at my health. I look at all of these different types of things. And ultimately, you have to build up that mindset. You have to say to yourself, I am going to do this. I'm going to do this. This is going to happen for me. It's going to happen for me. And it can happen for you too. Now, starving yourself does not work. You cannot starve yourself. It just doesn't work. And it's because it's not healthy. It's not your body does not want that. Do you know, this is crazy. I pigged out yesterday. Part of my diet now, I have to actually pig out. And do you know that I had so much food yesterday, I lost 1.5 pounds. Now, to be fair, the day before I had gained 2 pounds. My point is, though, that my body's just adapting and it's just adjusting to everything that's going on right now, because during the diet, I was missing a lot of different things. But one of the interesting things about the NJ diet, what I was going to say before, the NJ diet and some of these other diet plans, is what they'll do is they will give you all of the inspirational types of things that you need to do. Here's what I tell you. If you're going to go full-fledged into whatever it's going to be, if it's going to be weight loss, then so be it. If it's going to be something where you need a change, some type of major change in your life, whether it has to do with dealing with your stress, whether it has to do with getting a therapist for dealing with whatever situation, whether it means having to get a doctor to handle some type of condition that you have, whether it means that you need to have a change of friends. When you're going to be doing those different types of things, the mind is a very, very powerful thing. Very, very powerful. And you need to surround yourself with people who are going to be able to support you, who are going to be there with you and for you unconditionally. Because if you don't have that, what else is there? What else is there? I need to be here for other people. I have a mission. I have goals. Do you know what I did during my diet? I'm going to list it for you. Because most people during these diets, you have to be so fixated on the diet. First of all, let's get this out of the way. The amount of time I had to spend on food prep every single day for my diet was never less than an hour. Do you know where I have an hour free in my day? I don't. Do you know what I had to do? I had to make it happen. You know what that meant? That meant instead of waking up at 5:30 in the morning, I had to wake up at 4:30 and I was making my food. And if I got it home early enough, I was making my food as soon as I got home. And I would multitask and I'd do other types of things. And if I was listening to my motivational videos or I was preparing whatever it was for myself, I was cooking. I was getting everything ready. Sundays, I was doing Sundays, I was making meals and ones I knew would be able to sustain for 3 days. And I'd have certain types of things I would be able to freeze and be able to take them out later on. Food prep alone took me an hour. And it's going to continue to take me. Why? Because I know what I'm putting into my food. Not somebody else in some restaurant or anything. I don't have to ask anything special. And I like to think I'm getting to be a pretty good cook now. So food prep. So that was an hour of my day. So let's put that in there. Okay? 1 hour. This is in addition to the diet. Things that I was doing. Now, my work schedule. Here's what my work schedule is every single day. This is what it has to be. I have to wake up every single day at 5 a.m. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have to be up by 5 a.m. If I'm not up at that time, I will not make it on time to work because I have to plan for the most massive accident because I'm going to be heading, unfortunately, towards the Hudson River crossings, towards George Washington Bridge and the Lincoln Tunnel, and anything can happen any given morning. You have to leave early. So I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to get on the road early enough. I never, on any given day, ever get home before 4 p.m. So I'm just going to put down 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. out. 11 hours a day. So right there, that's 55 hours in a week. And an entire week, you have 168 hours. Now let's start subtracting now. Okay, so we're going to take out 168 from 55. All right, let's see what we're left with. We are left with 113. So now I have 113 hours left. Okay, now, wait, I have to sleep. Oh, forgot about that. Let's just be practical. Let's do 7 days, 7 hours of sleep a night. I don't know if I'm getting that. So let's say a total of 50 hours of sleep for the entire week. So 113 now, divided by 50. I now have 63 hours left in my entire week. Oh, food prep. Minimum 7 hours a day. Thank you very much, Sebastian. 63 minus 7. I now have 56 hours left in my week. Here's what I have to do in my 56 hours that are remaining in a week. I'm sorry, not what I have to do. This is what I was doing. This is what I was doing, my friends, from December 23rd to May 13th, because that's when the diet was. The diet lasted from these dates. Okay, from December, whoops, I'm going to change that to 19. Okay, there we go. So from December 23rd to May 13th, I'll speak well. I'll be okay. I'll just have another one of these right here. Thank you. December 23rd to May 13th was how long my diet was. During that time, I have 56 hours free. Let's see, I do a podcast once a week. Okay, so I have to prepare for my podcast, and I also have, and I really hope you checked out the episode. I worked really, really hard on that episode from earlier today. Please check out episode 276. Give it some nice thumbs up. That particular episode was one of my rare episodes, 276, where I actually read off of a prepared paper. That was a paper that I wrote. My episodes for my podcast take a bare minimum 6 hours a week. So we have to take out 6 for the podcasts. Now we're down to 50 hours a week. Okay. I also do tutoring. I tutor people. I do mentoring for adults. I do mentoring for college students. I tutor high school students in all different types of areas. Commitment per week that I tutor. Bare minimum. Travel time, everything involved, 15 hours a week. Now I have 35 hours left in my entire week. Now we have to factor in there's going to be at least one night a week in which I may have to go either see a doctor or I may have to stay late at my job, whatever the case may be. So we're going to throw in an extra 4 hours for that. I have 31 hours. Where does he have this? What does he do? He has 31 hours left. That's it. So is it downtime? Oh, yeah, I forgot about one slight thing. Three graduate courses in music education, because this guy is finishing off his master's in music education degree. And I am now proud to say two courses away from finishing it. Let me tell you something about graduate courses. It's one thing when you take one graduate course. One graduate course is the equivalent of taking 3 undergraduate courses in college. So if you think about it, 2 graduate courses are really what the equivalent is of pretty much being full-time in college. That's how hard graduate work is. My friends, I just took 3 of them. Guess when they finished? You're going to love this. May 13th. Do you know that my graduate courses were at the exact same time as my diet? I didn't plan it that way. They started at the beginning of January. They went right up until the last day of my diet. Guess what my grades were in the classes? One of my classes, if you know music theory, really, really advanced music theory. It's the toughest music theory course you can take in graduate school. We're just going to call it music theory. It's something called analytical techniques. I got an 88 in there. That's a B+. Let me tell you something. That's like getting 100 in other classes. That was so difficult. My instructor, amazing. I'll take that 88 all day. I earned that 88. I worked so hard in that class, and I learned so much. I had to take a class in psychology and sociology of music education. Psychology and sociology of music education. Yeah, we got a 98 in that class. Passed the A this way. Thank you very much. Cannot begin to tell you how many papers I had to write for that class. There were a lot. I will tell you that episode 276 is largely based on the final paper that I wrote for that class. And I'm so proud of that paper because it has to do with psychology of music education. It has to do with my philosophy of music education. Both of them. 98 in that class. And then we had one other class. And this would be world music. And I got a 98 in that class too. I worked hard. I worked real hard. And I'm proud. I'm really, really proud of myself because I'm 46 years old. The last time I had taken graduate classes was 2005. So that would be 14 years ago. And I stopped. I only got half my degree done. And I went back to school. And I'm not done with school, by the way. Because after I'm done with this degree, moving on. I have other things in the works. I'm going to have my degree this summer. It's going to happen. We'll definitely have a big party session for that. But I'm getting my music education degree. And what I'm going to do with it, I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of weighing my options, but I definitely have another degree in the works. Some of you who know me well, I've already shared that with, but I'll tell my getting it done folks at a later time. But I'm not done learning. I'm going to continue to learn. I'm going to continue to take courses and just get just better and just be enlightened. Because here's one of the things I know. You are who you're surrounded by. If you are around people who curse all the time, you're going to curse all the time. If you are around people who are negative all the time, you're going to be negative all the time. If you're a smart person, a really smart person, and you're around not so smart people, guess what's going to happen? Yeah, you can figure it out. It's going to be going to waste. You've got to surround yourself. You've got to change things up. You've got to surround yourself with people who are going to be able to get that mind going, who are going to be able to understand you, who are going to be able to relate to you. I like the people I'm around. No, I'm sorry. I love the people around because I have so many people in my life right now who are smarter than I am. They're better than I am. I love that. I love that because they challenge me. My music theory professor, amazing guy. You know, the best feeling in the world, the best feeling in the world. I did a Beethoven string quartet. For those of you out there who know your classical music, I did a Beethoven string quartet. Do you know that part of my presentation for my Beethoven string quartet, I knew things about Beethoven that my professor didn't even know? Do you know how that made me feel for my professor to say, you know what, you fell short on this project, but because you taught me something about Beethoven that I didn't even know, he bumped up my grade. He bumped up my grade because I taught him something he didn't know, because I did some serious research, because I was passionate. I wanted to go to the next level. It's great stuff. As far as the Beethoven's concerned, I'm probably going to release the video at some point in the channel. Piece of music you can check out. It's by Beethoven. It is his string quartet. And you have to type in Opus 59, number 3. That piece of music is so intense and so amazing. It's one of the greatest pieces of music ever written. And it was so cool because I got to analyze the entire thing. And it was something I was so passionate about. I knew the piece really well, but I really didn't know the piece. And he helped me so much with opening up my mind. So I want to continue to do that for the rest of my life. I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to learn. You need to do the same things. That's what this whole episode is about. This episode's not just, you know, why did you do it and how did you, especially how did you do it? Oh, or I'm sorry, did you tune in tonight because you were looking for before after pictures? How many of you out there who know me, how many before pictures have I sent out on social media? Tell me. For those of you who know me, how many before pictures have you seen of me? And it has nothing to do with me being ashamed. Nothing to do with being ashamed. Nothing. 0. None. Wait a minute. Let's think this through for a minute. What is wrong with our society? I have to take my old self and hold it up for you and say, this is what I look like, for me to get what we almost want to call like a cheap pop, which basically means you saying, oh, wow, that's so amazing. No. That's what we need to be better. You see, the way that I look at it is it shouldn't have to take that. Shouldn't have to take those before pictures, those after pictures, and those transformations. And I look like this and this and this and this. And with all due respect to NJ Diet, they're not going to get my pictures either. I'm not doing it. I know that I'm one of their very few people that's lost 100 pounds. I know that. I'm pretty darn proud of that. But the before and after pictures? Who cares? Who cares? It's what I look like now. Take me for as I am. You want to see me when I was heavier? Go check out episode 251. You can take a look for it. And then what are you gonna do? I mean, listen. Has anybody in this chat here ever been judged? You know, Robert Dubois, back in 82, were you ever judged about your weight? You ever been judged before? Because you know what? If they're not going to say something about my weight, you know, they're going to say something about this stupid tooth. Because in the middle of all this, the whole diet, I had this crazy stuff going on. And I told you, oh, I'm going to be back. I'm getting an implant. Yeah, I am getting an implant. This fool didn't do the proper research. I didn't do the proper education and found out the implant's in there. And guess what's still there? Nice big hole. I got to wait another 3 months for the fake tooth to be put in. Got to wait for the implant to heal. And I'm very happy to say that the implant's healing extremely well. But, you know, I look like a hillbilly. Thank you very much, Mr. Dubois. Thank you very, very much. There are other things. There are other things that I could say to Mr. Dubois, but I have to keep the chat clean. So thank you, Mr. Dubois, for the hillbilly comment. I appreciate that very, very much. That made me laugh. I appreciate it. Mr. Dubois is very, very good for that. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, is that what it takes? Really? Really? That's where we are as a society. Oh, wow, you look so good. I mean, what are you trying to say to me? Are you trying to say you were really fat before and I'm proud of you for losing weight? Is that what you're saying in a kind of a backhanded way? Because you know what? Let me tell you something, my friends. When you're big like I was, that's how people can look at it. Maybe that's how I looked at it. You're never going to know, are you? You're never going to know. What did you really think? You know, did you think I was really bald or was I shaving my head and all that stuff? I mean, you don't know. So somebody was asking me before the podcast started tonight, and it's great. I'm glad that people feel comfortable reaching out to me. And by the way, we're coming up on that Amazon gift card, about to give it out here in another few minutes. We got to start it a little bit late tonight. That's why we're going a little overtime. Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so very, very much. And I really appreciate, especially a bunch of teachers. And I mean this. I take someone like Mr. Dubois, a truly high quality human being, because this guy, you want to talk about somebody who works, he works. And he had a really, really long day today and said, like, there's almost no chance I'm going to be able to make it. And he's here. And it means a lot to me. You know, that's the type of support that I'm talking about. But, you know, in all honesty, people reach out to me and they ask me for different types of things. And one of the people who's in the chat said to me, you know, what do I do if I'm being judged a certain way, or if I'm being bullied, or those types of things? Well, you know what? Guess what? Maybe I was bullied too. Maybe there were people that were talking about me behind my back. But you know what, though? Guess what? Now I'm skinny. You know what they're saying now? He's gonna gain it all back. Agree with me. Tell me if you think there are people that are gonna actually say that. They're gonna say, he lost all the weight. He's just gonna gain it all back. You know, he's just same old Rousenberger. He's gaining it all back at 50 pounds. You know, we've seen the Biggest Loser episodes. We know how that works. You know, they lose the weight and then they just gain it all back and then they gain some afterwards. That's fine. Judge me however you want. I got done with people's judgments a long time ago. People are always going to hate you. People are always going to judge you. Always. They're going to judge me for this tie. They're going to say, you know what, this red, if you want to call it red or whatever, that it doesn't match. You know, as far as I'm concerned, this tie absolutely matches. And I also want to add, it is a Jerry Garcia tie. I love Jerry Garcia ties. These are amazing. They're so colorful and they're vibrant and they're fun. And somebody said to me, I looked like a skinny eggplant today. Well, that's nice, but does that mean I was a big fat eggplant before? I mean, really? Really? I mean, it's like nice, but, you know. And the people are, oh, you look so good. I hope people are saying you look so good because I had defined cheekbones, baby. Yeah. Is that the reason why? Is it because I have hair now? All that stuff? But before we close out the episode, we're going to close out the episode the same exact way that we started the episode. So if you weren't here, I'm going to definitely close it out that way because it was a lot of fun. I am so proud of all of you. And I mean this, and I say this every single time. First of all, this is one of the most watched episodes we've ever had. I love that. And you know what? If it was because somebody saw 100 pounds in 4 months, holy cow, how did this guy do this? My goodness. Hey, you know what? Whatever. Thank you for being here. You need to tune in the future, though. Next week, I'm hoping to have a live guest next week. I'm working on it. Unfortunately, it's not finalized yet. I'm hoping to get a live guest. Hopefully, we're going to be able to get on the road again. We did an amazing one with Kyle Dubiel. If you didn't check out that one with Kyle, you need to do that. Find that episode with Kyle Dubiel. Incredible episode. You will learn so much about videography, photography, filmmaking, directing, all that type of stuff. But I'm hoping to get another guest on 2 weeks from now, my friends. 2 weeks from now. That would be the week of Memorial Day, the Memorial Day week. We are going live Friday night. That's right, Friday night. We're going live on the road. It's happening. Put it on your calendars. May 31st. Why? I got a big concert week going on that week. Lots of concerts going on in my district. My own concerts going on. So on May 31st, we're going to be 31st, I'm going to be bringing my production team out on the road, and we're going to be doing another live episode, and I can't wait. Random acts of kindness. But you know what? Speaking of an act of kindness, Amazon gift card. Alice, can you hook me up here? Alice, who's getting this Amazon gift card tonight? It's 15 buckaroos, don't you know? $15. And again, make sure to check out episode 276. It was a paper that I did for one of those 3 graduate classes, and I'm really proud of that episode. I think you're going to get a lot out of it. If you have ever wondered about things having to do with philosophies of music education, I was clueless before I took this course, and now I get it. So I'm waiting for Alice here. Let's see who we got here as a potential winner. I'm waiting here. Okay, let's see. I'm waiting for there's somebody who sent me a text here, and I want them to say something in the chat. I hope that person's still there, and I hope that they can say something in the chat, because very, very special person, some very meaningful thing. My brother's amazing. My brother's a super busy guy. He was watching tonight. That's just awesome. All right, help me out here. Oh, here we go. Okay, we got it. We got it. We got our winner here. Okay, the proof has come in. Here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready? I need a drum roll. I need a drum roll. Stop the bull. You are a drummer. I need a drum roll, my friends. Oh, it's Jennifer Hernandez. What's up, Jen? How we doing? Rebecca's there, always with the drum rolls. Thank you. Alice, hook me up. There we go. Michelle's getting involved. Here we go. Beeping is not going to do it. Come on. I need it. I got to get it from Stop the Bull, one of the greatest percussionists who's ever lived. Oh, I need to get a drum roll of some sort from him. I can't do it. I can't. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. A little roll action. Here it comes from me. And a Tinting V16. ATINT. ING V16. You are the winner of this $15 gift card. You know what I have no idea who you are. This is the first time we've actually had a person in here who's won. I have no clue who you are. And the only way you're going to be able to find me is you got to contact me. And how do you contact me? This is the way that you do it. Send me an email to this address. Okay, info@brasstenor.com. You can send an email right over there. I'll be happy to respond to you. Just confirm who you are, your identity, and how you want the gift card sent to you. The other way you can always get in touch with me, please check out the Facebook page when you get a moment. You can go down below. If you haven't had a chance to like the episode, please make sure to take care of that. Make sure to like the episode. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Take a moment to do that as well. Please pass it along to others. We've kind of stuck in this holding pattern with 300 subscribers-ish. We're like 305, 306. We got to get more people here. Once we get to the magic 1,000, we got to 300 very quickly and kind of had that little lull period. Need to elevate it. Do what you can. And get people, anyone you know, just go up to them. Say, listen, type in Rausenberger, type in, episode 277. That was what this was. Just type that in. And if you type that in, or just episode 277, getting it done. They type that in their phone. All right, just hit subscribe. All right. Yeah, you do it right now. That's it. And we're good to go. We gotta take this episode, okay? And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go off camera here for a minute. Excuse me for just a second. I gotta get the music all propped up here, so we're going to back things up just a little bit. We are going to end this episode the same way this episode started. That's right. Are we ready? Are we ready? Talk to me. Come on, talk to me. We're going to end this the same way? Let's do it. Let's do it. So we got to get this music going. Here we go. I got to disappear here. I got to get this music on. I'm going to go off camera. And of course, the magic catchphrase I'm going to give you to end the episode. Then you'll know it's all over. Here we go. All right, get this music going here. Disappear out of the way. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You didn't see the figure? That's what we're talking about right there. That's what we're talking about right there. Gone are the days of the tie going out to here. Okay? Those days are finished. Thank you very much. New pair of pants, I might add. Okay? All right, here we go. Get a little bit of music going on here. A little bit of music going on here. Here we go. Oh, no. That's right. That's right. Large sweatshirt, baby. Not since I was 19. Woo! That's what we're talking about. Mmm. Mmm. All you Hulkamaniacs out there. Woo! Thin arms. Thin arms. Who's dancing out there? You dancing with me? You feeling this? Peace.